Back at you with another one. Let's go.
So I'm going to be real enough, Shams, to say that a lot of guys may enter into more of the poly type of relationships, just because a lot of those well-to-do, productive, good men that a lot of females did have in the friend zone for a long time, a lot of them are pretty much checked out and done. They're done waiting around. They're done trying to, appease a woman and please a woman and get a woman. Like, no, I'll just focus on myself. And so, since a lot of those men that would be ready and willing to settle down with a woman and take care of a woman are checked out, and only a handful of guys are ready and willing to take on those responsibilities, it's kind of forcing a lot of women to have to share. Just being real.
Most women have always shared men, though. Most women have always been sharing men. This is how it has always been in society. It's not nothing new. Women have always shared men. They will continue to share men. No matter how much they argue against the topic of polygyny, they will continue to share, because when you think about it, most women are baby mamas in today's day. You have a lot of women having a bunch of kids out of wedlock, and they're expecting these men to come in and father these children. Now, me personally, I'm not taking care of no man's kids. It is what it is. Even if I met a single mom, you know what I mean, pretty much the only thing we're going to do is smash. That's pretty much it. I'm not trying to take care of her kids. I'm not trying to do none of that type of stuff. If I'm just there to provide some sort of companionship or whatever the case is, then that's about it. It's not going to be nothing more, nothing less. And I keep it a buck. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't say things just to say things. I keep it 100%. That way women know exactly what they getting. So if a woman have kids and she come around me, she already know what it is. I'm not there to take care of her kids. Why? Because she have a baby daddy already. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be taking care of those kids, not me. So why would I come into the picture to take care of kids that are not mine? It makes no sense. But moving on to the point where these men are, I guess, being forced into polygyny, I feel that the culture we live in is very dangerous. The dating world is perverted, and because social media have so many influencers, the proper information is not being given. And that's why I'm doing these particular videos. Not saying that you're not making no key points. There are some points that you're making that, I would agree with. And again, I'm not talking about your entire video. I'm talking about the sections that I'm reviewing, right? There are points that you're making that I would agree with, in terms of a lot of men are not set up to practice polygyny. Now, you might be saying that in the context of like economics, like they don't have the money. I wouldn't agree if that's your position. What I would agree with is if you said that with the context of these men are not mentally prepared to understand their duty. If it was a situation like that, I would agree with you. Because me personally, the way I teach men regarding polygyny is that as a man, you're supposed to deal with a woman, and this is just my suggestions. A man don't technically have to follow everything I tell him to do. But I say a man should marry one woman, right? And he should be with her a minimum of 5 years. That's my belief system. I believe that a man should be with a woman a minimum of 5 years. And the reason why I say 5 years is so that he can get to know that woman, so that he can really prove himself to that woman. Because you have a lot of guys that they get with women and they haven't proven themselves to be a provider. These men haven't give that woman the time that she deserves, because being that she's the first wife, he have to spend that time with her to make her understand that he's going to be there long term. And what I teach guys is to be with a woman for at least 5 years. And then if there's a need that you feel as a man that you need another wife or a concubine or whatever the case is, then you could go out there and do it. And by then, your woman, your first wife, she understands the assignment. And she understands that you're not just getting with those women to sleep with, because typically that's what a lot of guys do. Now, in my last video, I talked about how you might be a guy that need more companionship, and you might need this and you might need that. Well, those things can be talked about within the relationship. In other words, before the man get with another wife, he have to express those particular needs. And as a woman, if you know you're not intimate with your man the way you need to be, then you should be understanding why he needs another woman. It's like if a man need more clothes or he need more shoes, it's not a debate whether or not he should go get it or, well, he should be content with one pair. No, it don't work like that. If you know you have need of something, go out there and get it. It's just that simple, you know? So my position is that men in this culture needs to be educated in regards to polygyny. They need to be educated in understanding their role as men, because I feel that most men in today's day don't have the mindset of what it takes to guide women, because they can't even guide one woman. You get what I mean? I don't feel that most men in today's culture have what it takes to guide women, because they're not even doing it with one. They just want to get with a woman to sleep with her. And I see this all the time, and it frustrates me because I teach on the topic of polygyny. And I feel that a lot of times men are taking the things that I say and they're running with it to go out there and just misuse women. And that is something we don't teach on the platform. We teach polygyny. We teach men to do what they got to do. But at the end of the day, I don't want guys going out here thinking that polygyny is a, something that you just go do and sleep around with as many women as you can because you got the right as a man to just do what you want to do. I don't believe that men should do that. I don't believe that men should be using women just to sleep with them, especially if the woman don't even know her position. This is why you have wives. This is why you have concubines. This is why you have mistresses. I think that a woman should know her position and what the assignment is. So if a woman is just there to be a man's pleasure, the fun girl, or whatever you want to call that, she should know that. And a man should be able to communicate that with a woman so that she know exactly what her title is. And the wife should know what she is, and they should know one another. But see, my issue with the opening statement you made is that a man have to be economically able to provide for all the women that he's with. Like, when you say stuff like that, it come across as if though all a woman got to do is look cute. All a woman got to do is just dress provocative, dress sexy, put on some nice outfits, and just walk around the house to entice me. And all I got to do is just pay all the bills. No man is going to do that. You know what I mean? A man is going to always have his women working and doing what they got to do within the business, within the house, or whatever the case is. A man is not going to have a woman just staying around and she ain't doing nothing. It don't work like that, fam. But anyway, let me see what I could get back into with this particular message. Hold on a second. Let me get this thing going. All right, let's go.
Okay. Now, y'all dropped the crowns for Charles. Y'all dropped the crowns for Charles. Okay. But yeah, it depends on the man. A lot of men say, I've heard a lot of men say something along the same lines as my husband. Like, I'm not, like, one woman is enough. One woman is already a handful. Can you imagine multiple Damikas? Like, I'm already extra AF, right? I already need my man to, do this for me, do that for me. Like, I need affection. I need the dick. Like, come on now. I need money. Like, come on now. Can you imagine multiple me's?
Now, you know that by you saying that, guys are going to say, yeah, I'll take multiple of you. Of course they're going to say yes. You know what I mean? But notice what you did. You said that because you are with your man, you need money, you need the D, you need this, you need that. But you're saying it as if though that man don't have the ability to give the D to you and the D to the other woman. See, a man has the ability to smash all his wives. A man. You understand? It's not like, oh, because he slept with you, he's tired now. No. When a man have more than one woman, naturally his stamina is just going to be, it's going to be through the roof, because he know he have more women in which he have to please. And I don't know, y'all situation, but when a man has a heavy appetite, when a man has a high sex drive or whatever the case is, he can do a whole lot. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But you're putting this info out there as if though because you heard other guys say, nah, I only want one woman, you know what I mean? One woman is enough. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because the nature of a man is to always have more than one woman. Us brothers will chill with one woman because of society, or because we may be focusing on business, or because women out here are crazy and we just won't want to get involved. Me personally, if I'm getting with another sister, it's to have a baby, it's to have a child. And based on what I'm seeing within society, a lot of these women ain't even worth having a baby with, because mentally speaking, they're just not there. So it's like, you can sleep with them. There's women, that I can easily sleep with, but it's like, once you slept with them, that's pretty much it. I don't want that kind of drama. And I definitely don't want to get some woman pregnant that I really don't even want to be with. You get what I'm saying? So it's easy to go outside and actually sleep with women, but do you really want those women to be around you? See, I'm not going to waste my energy just getting with random women to sleep with them because I'm a man and I can practice polygyny. No, she got to be on the ball game, on the purpose, and understand the assignment. A lot of women don't have that kind of mindset. They just don't. And this is what makes it difficult to even date and deal with women, because of their frequency. And this is why a lot of guys choose to just pump and dump, smash and dash, sleep around, and they don't even take nothing serious in terms of responsibility. So because of what's happening with that situation, it makes it even more difficult to teach on the subject of polygyny, because when women hear it, all they hear is that the man just want to go out there and have sex. That's it. They don't hear that a man want to be a father, that a man want to have children, that a man want to, build with his women. Because when I talk about polygyny, I talk about building. I'm not talking about a woman coming in, taking care of a man, putting money in his pocket while he sit on his ASS and not do anything. I'm talking about a man that is doing business, that is doing something productive, that's building an empire, and his women are actually helping and being supportive of what he's doing. That is how polygyny is supposed to work. That way we build generational wealth. That is how it's supposed to be. Sadly, in this culture, people don't even know what marriage means. They think marriage is just about women looking cute, women looking pretty, and all they got to do is just walk around the house, and a man is just working his tail off to provide a lifestyle. That's not a marriage. I don't know what guy would want to sit around and deal with that type of nonsense. But anyway, let's get back to the points you were making. Let's go.
Hell no. So it just really depends on the man, okay? And I can take a poll right now. Put a 2 in the chat if you are a man that is open to, having more than one woman, and you're able to take on that responsibility and that load. And then put a 1 in the chat if it's like, I don't think I'll be able to juggle that many different personalities and responsibilities, and all of that. And then put a 0 in the chat if it's like, I ain't dealing with none of these hoes. Y'all let me know, okay? I would love to know. And we can't hit 600, okay? I'm going to ask for 500 first, though. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. John Till says, hey, big head, I tried out every other guy on earth and even had a handful of girls.
Notice that, guys. Notice how it looked like she had somebody that came in there and said something. I don't know. It sounded kind of questionable. I don't know if that's a dude or a woman, but I don't know. It sounded kind of questionable. Let me rewind that back because it sounds very, very suspect. I want to make sure we're hearing it properly. Let me hear it.
I'm going to ask for 500 first, though. Y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. John Till says, hey, big head, I tried out every other guy on earth and even had a handful of girls.
Tried out a lot of guys and a handful of girls. I don't know, fam. Let's just listen to what she said.
I guess that since lining is my lining is busted. I'll give you a try. That's pretty much what it's given. Hold on. I see a lot of ones. It's a lot of ones, y'all. So it's just, I think it depends on the man.
Notice she's seeing a lot of ones because a lot of the guys are saying that they are willing to have multiple wives or multiple women. But the thing is, these particular men, yes, they're polygynous by nature. Yes, I understand they may even have an appetite. But if the truth be told, Danica, the guys that are posting the ones, even though I would agree with them and post the one as well, the majority of those guys are just not mentally, spiritually, there to understand the role of dealing with more than one woman. They see it as if I'm just going to have a bunch of vagina thrown all over the place. They're not thinking about economics. They're not thinking about building wealth. They're not interested in teaching these women. You won't have these guys giving each woman a task to do. These men have no leadership skills. And I know they don't. You understand? Respectfully. I know that these guys don't, because these guys that are in your chat, if you were to ask them, are you in or have you been in a long-term successful relationship with just one woman? None of those guys have a woman. So if none of those guys have one woman that they can show the fruits of being successful with, then that is a clear indicator that those guys are not even fit to have multiple women. That's like having no business, but you were offered to manage 5 different companies. And you said, I'll take it, because all you saw was the dollar amount. All you saw was how much money you were going to make, and you were ready to take it. And this is a billionaire who's offering this to you. But then he look at your life and he's like, so tell me, do you have any experience managing and running companies? Oh, no, I don't have any experience. Never did. So you never ran a company, at least one? Nope, I don't have no experience. Do you really think that billionaire is going to trust you with 5 different businesses to manage? Of course not, because you don't have what it takes to do it, because, again, you don't even have one business that you were successful with. And this is why when I teach on polygyny, I teach on the subject of polygyny in the context of a man having more than one wife, right? But he should have at least one wife first. I believe that a man should have at least one wife first so that it can prove him. Because I feel that women, when you have men come to you and they talk about polygyny, the first thing you're supposed to ask him is, do you have one woman? Nah, I don't got no one woman, but you know what I'm saying? Nah. He should only deal with you for at least 5 years. If his eye is wandering at other women and he can't even be with you for 5 years, I don't suggest you even getting with that guy. I'm just being real. Doesn't matter how he believe. It doesn't matter what he think. I don't think that you should get with him under those circumstances. But let's get back to the tapes.
A lot of women today are already too much. One. So can you imagine having multiple? Like, that's just, I don't know. But to each his own. To each his own.
Men can have multiple women. There's nothing wrong with having multiple women. And again, it depends on the woman in terms of how you educate her. This is why I try my best to educate women, but they don't want to be educated. So I cannot really deal with them on a serious level because, again, they don't want to be educated to be on my level in terms of where I'm going in life. And if a woman is not going where I'm going, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to take her.
But yeah, John, that's pretty much what it's given. It's given, I've exhausted all odds, all chances, all possibilities, all opportunities. I've really been out here being reckless with my box. Nobody wants me like that. And so now I'll go and look through the trash, because that's essentially what a lot of these chicks deem these men to be that were in their friend zones. I'll go look through the trash and see, what good guy I can just, choose from and, have to.
Now, I don't know exactly what video she was reviewing. I didn't look at all of that stuff, but I'm just pretty much reacting to what I'm hearing here. Guys, when it comes to the friend zone, right? You have to understand. I made several series about the friend zone many years ago. One of the authors of the friend zone talking points on YouTube. When it comes to the friend zone, guys, don't let a woman put you in there and then try to take you out. Women have too many placeholders. A lot of you guys built up your lives, and then women, when they go into the friend zone to pull you off the shelf and dust you off, it's typically after she destroyed her life. Typically, when women destroy their lives, that is when they want to come in and take you off the shelf and bring you in so that you could be that man. And it's typically after she ruined her life. We're talking about after she done been ran through, had kids out of wedlock, a bunch of baby daddies, a bunch of trauma, a bunch of drama. Now, all of a sudden now, she see you as a potential to be in her life. All of a sudden now, she see you as a potential to be in her life after she ruined her life. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to take on a woman that don't even respect you? She had you in a damn friend zone the whole time and left you there for years. It doesn't make no sense, brothers. You have to learn how to never even deal with those kind of women.
Rescue me and save me and polish me up and clean me up. That's what it's given. And if y'all think that men are out here wanting to be a leftover, okay, no other chance in hell that I'll find something better. So yeah, let me just go ahead and get what you. If y'all really feel like men in today's time are on the type of energy, you're crazy. Big shout out to Charles, and y'all better see them crowns for Charles. Okay, Charles says, glad to be watching on this Sunday. The biggest problem is these chicks have nasty attitudes and zero personality. The risk not worth the reward. I see it on my job. I see it in the gym. I see it in the streets. And Charles, he really an MVP. He even went and took it a step further to also plug the Patreon. Y'all go and sign up for the damn Patreon, you all. Okay, sign up for that Patreon. It is listed down in the description box. Okay, we get very lit over on Patreon, baby. And shout out to all of the new people that signed up for Patreon. Okay, but big shout out to Charles. We appreciate type of love. But this is what's going on, Charles. A lot of the women that a lot of guys were presented with, they didn't have the best of attitudes. You know, they weren't able to really reciprocate and pour into a man how a man was able to pour into them.
See, the problem with this is, and, you know, if I can add my 2 cents, women in today's day, primarily our women, they never really pour anything into us because they're empty. They're empty vessels, and they don't have no real life or love in their heart for us. This is why we have so many problems. This is why we have this kind of gender war, this battle that we have where women are literally competing with us in order to be the dominant class. We see it even online where we have all of these surveys that says black women are economically building and buying more property, and they're doing this and they're doing that. And it's like, why do they keep doing these things? Why do they keep telling us all of this type of stuff? Because they want us to compete with one another. They want us to continue to go out here, compete, argue, fight, compare ourselves with each other. And that's typical what they're doing to us. And this is why we can't come together. I mean, think about this. As a woman, you're walking around telling everybody about how many houses you bought, how much property you have, how many cars you drive, how much money you have in your account. You're telling us all of these things that you do, right? Okay, now that you have all of that information, how do you really settle down with a man now? How do you settle down with a man when you already done got your own house, you got your own property, you got your own cars, you got all of these things that you establish? Okay, how do you settle down with a man now? How do you live with a man when you already have your own property, your own cars? How do you do that? He got his own place, you got your own house. Who's going to move in with who? Do you see that now? Do you see why it's so difficult to even be in relationships with you? Because at this point, we know you're never going to leave your house. So what are you looking for? You're looking for that man to either move in with you, or you're going to end up moving in with him. But we know you're not going to move in with him. You want him to move in with you. And if he don't have a house like you, you're definitely not even going to want him, because you're going to be like, well, he's not on my level. So why would I date a guy that's not on my level? Do you see where that's going? And this is where we are in today's day. This is why it's difficult for a lot of women to actually build with a man. This is why. This is why it's so difficult for them to build with a man, because they follow hypergamy. And hypergamy is one of the biggest problems in today's day, because women are literally all chasing after the same guy, looking for the same status. And it's just sad, because when you get with that guy that got that money, when you get with that guy that got the nice property, he got 10 other women. And then when you find out about those women, now you're upset with the man, when all of y'all were chasing after the same man. It don't work. Women who are independent, who are out here building themselves up, they're unable to settle down with a man, because they built themselves up so much. There's really no need for a man. There's no need for a man to put you in a house. There's no need for a man to buy a car for you. There's no need for a man to do anything for you, because you did it yourself. And if a man don't feel he's needed, he's not going to want to be married to you. And this is why most men choose not to marry women and just sleep with them, because at the end of the day, there is no incentive to marry a woman, even under monogamy. So all of this talk about, what a man got to have economically in order to take care of multiple wives, it doesn't even make any logical sense in a society where women are independent and claim they don't even need a man. You understand? Men today are literally frustrated with what's going on. So when we do commentary, when we do videos, when we do topics, we don't want to sugarcoat anything. We don't want to dance around the truth. We want to give viewers the real information that's needed. And the real information that men need in this culture is to stop spending money on women. Stop taking women on dinner dates. Stop furnishing them with all of these luxuries when these women don't even respect them. A man is supposed to have women that are helpmates, that understand their role as a wife, their role as a helpmate, to build with the brother. You understand? We saw what just happened with the other guy. What's his name? Banks. I forgot his first name, but the brother Banks, that had the situation with his woman who didn't believe in his purpose. And now he's a millionaire and she's not there to be a part of the blessing. Well, that's what happens when a woman refuses to get with a man and join with him. She end up losing out, and that man end up becoming successful, and now she end up crying. And all over social media, women are upset. They're upset with Mr. Banks because he chose to talk about this. He chose to come online, and it's not even like he was out there trying to talk about the woman to put her on the spot. He didn't even do that. He didn't even speak negative of her. He was asked the question by Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp came online, said what he said, and then he began to talk about it. And as you can see, when the brother was talking about the situation, it was very hurtful. You can tell that he was hurt by the fact that his girlfriend didn't believe in him. And a lot of guys are in those situations. So it's up to us as content creators to really give the people the right info so that they can make the best possible decision. Is polygyny lawful for a man to practice in this culture here today? Absolutely. The problem is finding women that are on board and women who understand purpose. You have a lot of women that come to me and they this is really true talks that I'm spitting here. I have a lot of women that come to me that want to pose as if though they want to be down with polygyny, right? But they really don't want to be down. They just want to have an experience with me, if that makes any sense. Meaning they'll act like they really want to be with a brother on some real ish, but it's just to hook up. It's just to go to the telly, one of them type of situations. And when you're a man like me who is on his purpose and doing what he need to do, I understand that a lot of times women can come in and be distractions. And I don't have time for those distractions. I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing, fam. You see this work that I'm doing. You see all the videos that I've done, put together for the viewers to learn different talking points and different ideals. I don't got time to be running around chasing skirts. especially with a woman that's not really true. And this is something that I try to avoid because I don't want to get into no drama and no problems with some crazy woman who is just trying to get around me, and next minute you end up getting lined up or some mess like that. That's something you don't want as a man. You don't want to be in no situation like that. So at the end of the day, fam, hope y'all enjoy the stream. It is what it is. Ringo TV Reactions. I'll be back with more content. We out of here. Peace.